Hey boys and girls, Doug Giles here. It's Warriors Rich
and Wildmen. What's happening, Doug?
Hey man, talking with you, talking to my buddy. And
hanging out.
A couple weeks ago, I think March 10th, Governor Abbott told us Texans that the mask stuff is not welcome in the Lone Star State any longer.
Come on.
And business can open to 100%, to which I said, thank you for seeing the unconstitutionality of what you enforced a year ago. But other than that, you know, we look like badasses here in Texas because everybody else is still all masked up and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And scared of Wuhan Weezer that people, I think, Rich, I think they have a 99.8% survival rate if they get this bad cold.
Yeah.
So anyway, you've got a little experience that you went through, you and Annie. Rolled it out for us, big dog.
And I haven't told you it. I've been saving it because I wanted us to do it live.
You're holding out on me, brother. You're holding out on me. So what happened?
So Annie and I were flying on Alaska Airlines. At Alaska Airlines on Twitter. They suck. Let me just start with that. So we get to the airport, and we're flying out of Sky Harbor in Phoenix. We're flying to Seattle. And I since the pandemic, I've been wearing a red bandana. You've seen me wear it, Doug. When we go somewhere we have to wear a mask, I pull a red bandana out of my pocket and I tie it on. Good to go, whatever. And so I have my red bandana on the airport. Annie's wearing one. Have you seen the mesh masks that are they're sparkly, they look cool, but it's mesh, right?
Regis has one of those.
Yeah. So Annie has one of those on, and I'm wearing a suit coat and dress shoes, and I'm not like these people that go to the airport in their sweats and their flip-flops looking like they just woke up. I just can't relate to that. That's a different topic. But if you want to be a scrode and a scrounge, go ahead, but I don't roll like that. So we get there, and because of social distancing, they have all these announcements all the time. The Federal Aviation has mandated that everyone must wear a mask, and on and on, whatever. So we're hanging out, and we're sitting across from our gate because social distancing. There's no room there. So we're sitting just right in the gate right next to it, right? And so we can't hear as well, but we're sitting there waiting for our flight to board. And so, think about it, Doug. We already went. We checked in. We turned our luggage. Everything's good. We went through security. We're doing all that. We went there. Our flight was delayed 2 hours and 25 minutes. We're sitting in the airport wearing our stupid masks. We're complying because we want to fly. We want to go where we're going. And we go to the gate to get on the plane. Annie's in front of me. She walks up, and this little skinny, ugly little chick that don't want to put her makeup on, and there's a reason that I bring that up, because I don't care if you're skinny, ugly, big, and fat. You should probably wash your face, put on some makeup, because even an old barn can use a coat of paint every once in a while.
Drag a brush through it.
Yeah, and so then you have my wife, who's beautiful. She's beautiful, and she's dressed up. She looks great. And the lady says, we're sorry, but you know how they talk like that? They're like, I'm sorry, but those masks are not allowed. The mesh masks, we don't allow those. And Annie goes, fine, whatever. She's irritated, highly irritated. She told me to. She said, try not to make it sound less on Warriors and Wildmen, because I was mad. I don't want to have truth. I said, okay. And so she takes her bag. She says, I have another mask in my bag. So she pulls her bag to the side, right? So why are you doing that? Obviously, so the rest of the people can keep boarding, right? So Annie pulls over just to the side a little bit, and Doug, not kidding, this girl jumps back to the jetway and dramatically throws her arms across the thing like this. Like, I'm willing to put my body in harm's way to protect everyone from the COVID-19, And Annie goes, what the hell are you doing? She goes,
I'm blocking the door.
She says, you cannot board the plane without a mask. Annie said,
bitch, I'm trying to get another mask.
Yeah, Annie said, God, you're a freaking weirdo. I'm not trying to get on the plane. I just said I'm getting my mask out. And she's mad, right?
Come on, Annie said
So then this little effeminate non-Warriors and Wildmen listener says to me, oh, and by the way, bandanas are no longer allowed either. You need to wear a regular mask. And a lot of people might not believe this, but I'm very calm in situations like that. I'm 0 or 10. I don't do 3s, 4s, 5s. I do 0. And so I said, okay, I don't have another mask. And Annie goes, give him a mask. And the lady says, oh, we have some right here. And she hands it to me, and I'm trying to open my mask and take it out, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm pissed. But I'm like, all right, I don't care. You're a tool, you know what I mean? You're a McDonald's worker with a badge. You don't mean anything to me. I'm just trying to I'm going to Seattle. So I'm getting my mask out, and Annie says, you got to be freaking kidding me. And the lady goes, if you use that kind of language again, we're not going to let you board the plane.
Woo!
And I said, Annie, she said, what? And I said, we're going to Seattle. Just like, fine, but I know her. She's mad. So I get my little paper mask, and I put it on.
Is Annie at this juncture, does she have one hand on her hip or both hands on her hip? Because when
She
Mary
has
Margaret
a bag in one hand and one hand on the hip, and it's also.
Oh, yeah.
But Annie's also, she firmly believes that the mask thing is stupid, and Annie's not like a person that's like, okay, I'm not worried about it. She's like, you want to push me on it? I push back. So there we go. So she's standing there, and the lady says, okay, fine, you can go now. So they didn't let anybody on the plane. They make this huge scene. We go on the plane. We walk in. Annie's upset, but she's not upset with anybody else, you know. We walk on the plane, and the stewardesses say hi to us. We say hi to them. We go back to our seats and put our stuff away, sit down in our seat, put our seatbelt on. And I'm in the aisle seat. And here comes that chick from the gate on the plane.
Ooh, she got it in for you guys bad.
And she comes walking over there and kneels down next to me and has these blue cards, and it tells you their mask thing, like what you have to do. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that's interesting because I'm reading on your website right now that those are the warning cards before you're kicked off the plane. She goes, oh, yeah, this is your one and final warning. And I'm thinking, okay, here's the deal. You told us our masks weren't good. My wife was upset. She complied. She didn't have to be nice, but she did what you asked. You gave me a mask to wear. I put it on, and we went on the plane. Now you followed us. What more do you want? Right? We did what you asked. And she's like, well, I just want to let you know this is your one and only warning. And I said, noted. So she leaves, and Annie said, they're trying to provoke us. She said, that chick wants to kick us off the plane. I said, well, yeah, because she's a nobody that somebody gave a little power to, and she's getting
Barney
off
Fife.
on it.
She's got a badge.
She's probably a little
one
liberal.
bullet.
She's a liberal turd, you know? And so she sees us, and we're obviously not. And so this is her chance to have power, because nowhere in the world does she have power. So she's getting off on it. That's a whole syndrome, you know, people that get off on that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I don't care, Annie. My goal is not to take a stand on masks right now. It's just to get to Seattle. Don't care. That chick comes back with the pilot.
Wow. And so you're telling, first of all, you comply. Second of all, you're not, you know, I'm guessing you got your mask on, you and Annie sitting in like good kiddies.
Good little sheep.
You're sitting in your seats, mask on. Broomhilda comes down there, jackbooted, gives you your warning card, and then what did the pilot say when he rocked up?
Bro, check this out. So the pilot has his hat on. Like, they don't wear hats walking around. So, yeah, it's the authority thing. But what they don't realize, I think this is comical. You can't get a rise out of me. You're nobody to me. You're a tool to get me to Seattle. That's it. So I'm sitting there, and this guy comes, Doug, and when I tell you that he leans over and he's 12 inches from my face, he was 12 inches from my face. He was not 18 inches. He wasn't 2 feet away. He got that close to my face, standing over me with his hat on, staring into my eyes. Now, I'm looking at him, and I realized right away, this chick blew up the pilot, got him all fired up, and said, we have a problem. Now he's doing an emotional evaluation on me to see if I'm able to fly. So this is another attempt to get me kicked off the plane. Well, you know me, Doug. You've known me for a long time. Anytime I know you want something from me, I'm going to fight you and make sure you don't get it when you're being a butthole. That's how I am. And so he says, hi, how's everything going? I said, fine. How are you? I didn't bring up, we're 2 hours and 25 minutes late, this plane taking off. I do have a problem. Get your ass up there and let's go. That's what I should have said. And I said, no, I'm fine. He said, well, I understand there was a problem. I said, they said our masks weren't acceptable. And they gave us the masks, and we obviously have them on, and we're sitting here with our seatbelts on. And he leans closer, staring into my eyes, Doug, and he says, well, I just want to make sure that we don't have a problem. Because if we have a problem, we need to take care of it right now. And I said, I tried to convey with my body language and my face, I don't give two F's about you and your wannabe power structure. I'm not interested. And I said, I have no problem at all. I'm just trying to go to Seattle. But everything in me, my body language was telling him, F you and the horse you rode in. You don't mean a squirt of piss to me, bro. That's where I'm at. So I'm trying as hard as I can to give him that message with my eyes of, you're not even getting a rise out of me because I don't freaking care, turd bag. That's what I'm trying to say with my eyes. He's like, all right, I'm just making sure we're good. I said, I'm great.
Wow.
And he walks away, and Annie says, he was intentionally trying to provoke me. I said, yeah, but he forgot I'm a man that's under control. I said, I have a goal to go to Seattle. And they don't know that we're pastors. I have a goal. I'm going to Seattle to go preach. You and your little turdy girl and your little effeminate boy playing the power authority trip, I'm going to leave. You're still going to be the same turds you are today. So that's what happened. So we got to Seattle, and everything was fine. We flew on the plane. We took the little paper mask the second time so that we could participate like little sheep. Interesting side note, we get to Seattle. We're walking around downtown Seattle. Now, that place has been crazy, right? With all the riots and, Chad/Chaz and Black Lives Matter, Antifa, CHOP, all the different things. So we're walking, and I see a group of 20 black people standing on a corner with signs. And I said, yep, we need to go on the other side of the street. Let's roll. I was like, I ain't trying to get involved in no Black Lives Matter stuff. I'm not trying to get involved in any of that. So I went to the other side of the street, and I looked at their signs, and you know what their signs said?
Alaskan Airline sucks.
Their signs say, COVID is a political virus, and masks are overreach of the government. And I was like, I told Annie, I'm going to go over there and get one of those signs and stand with them. I agree on that one. That was awesome. So
did you do it?
No, I didn't. I was shopping. So I had to go buy some stuff.
Dude, you should have done it just for the photo op, man.
I should have. And these people were like passing out information to people. They were awesome. And, some people might get mad and say, well, you made a decision based on race. It's like, bro, I'm in downtown Seattle where people were getting killed. You can cry and whine about whatever you want. When I saw their sign and their content, I supported them 100%. But I'm not too excited about trying to get beat up somewhere either. So anyway, all that stuff was going on. But we got on the plane when we came back. They talked about social distancing in the airport before you get in the germ tube where you're literally touching the person next to you, right? You get in the germ tube, and when we landed, actually on another flight, we came back, we landed, they said, due to COVID-19, we are going to disembark the plane 3 rows at a time so that you can social distance.
Okay.
We have been sitting in this tube for 80 minutes touching each other. You have crammed more seats in this airplane than is even humane in an attempt to make money. And what your answer is for COVID is to make us sit together closer for longer before you spread us out. I got an idea. Open the damn door and let us go to our houses. That's stupid, bro.
Yeah, do the emergency exit and make it fun. Everybody gets to slide down.
Get a slide, right? But then they'll have to disinfect it.
Get a good rush of fresh air, and it's bull crap, and that's why people should frequent Texas and Florida. I was watching Larry O'Connor on what's the guy's name? Greg Kelly's show last night, and he's talking to Larry O'Connor. He goes, you're down in Miami. He goes, yeah. He said, came down here for spring break, and it's beautiful. The weather's great. And he said, I was walking down Ocean Drive or Lincoln Road or something like that, and he had a mask on. and this girl rolls down her window and she screams at him, "Take your mask off, you pussy."
Yes. Yes.
That's Florida, man. That's Texas. And you know, I've got a conundrum here, Rich, and I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if you know, but an alternative carrier. But it looks like I'm going to be hunting up in Alaska with my good buddy Wayne Woods this fall.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to try to put the kibosh on a sweet mountain goat that he's got in ubiquitous numbers there at Prince William Sound, his Gravina camp. And you just dissuaded me from taking Alaskan Airlines. So does Delta
Yeah,
go
I'm not
up
flying
there?
on
Does
them anymore.
American? You know, the last few trips that I've been on, I've just worn the bandana like you. Nobody said squat about it. And I had it down most of the time. Stewardess or the flight attendants had walked by. They wouldn't say anything, you know, because I have this empty cup that I'm pretending to drink for 4 hours.
Well, they don't do that now. They say you have to have your mask on, and then you pull it down over your chin, and you sip or snack, and then replace it.
Yeah.
It's that stupid, bro. And they were walking around the airplane. "Excuse me, can you pull your mask over your nose? Can you pull?" And then they say it like this: "Excuse me, sir, you need to pull your mask over your nose immediately." That kind of stuff. Serious.
Ooh.
So I lit Alaskan Airline up on Twitter, and they said, "Hi, Rich, can you send your confirmation code through this link so we can follow up?" So I sent it. And so I private messaged with them, and they said, "Thanks, the blog post you're referring..." Oh, I said, send them something about their blog, what they said. But the mask laws, they're not freaking laws, people. Nobody voted on them. They're not laws. They're mandates. And in the airport, they say federal law requires that everyone 2 years old and older wear a mask at all times. That's what they're saying in the airport. Laws. They're not laws. And so they said, bandanas are no longer considered acceptable. Our policy is to be kept up to date by this link. I said, my wife and I obviously complied. We're on the flight. They came to hand us the blue card as our one and only warning. We complied when asked. We're not happy. Now they're doubling down. I have over 1 million miles on United, never been treated this disrespectfully by a gate agent. I said, my wife was wearing a mesh mask. They asked her to put on a normal mask. She said, okay, stepped to the side. And then I told the story basically. And I said, now as we're waiting to take off, the captain was brought back to her seats to ask if there was a problem. We feel that we are actively and intentionally being provoked to react or get angry. This is nonsense. And I told each of them that I was handling it with customer service. While they were talking to me, I also was ignoring them and at the same time texting their customer service. And I told them that. She said, I'm really sorry that you and your wife were spoken to about the way you were spoken to about the policy wasn't kind. We do have a strict mask policy, and it sounds like initially your face coverings weren't in compliance if your wife was mesh and you were wearing a bandana. Thank you for replacing the masks that you were provided by the team. I will share your feedback about the way this has been handled today with in-flight management so they can follow up with the team. I said, we'll be featuring this story on our weekly podcast, Warriors and Wildmen. You're more than welcome to have customer service rep or a PR person as a guest with myself and our co-host, Doug Giles. We've had many high-profile guests on our show. Here's a heads up. I will be eviscerating Alaska Airlines for their draconian measures, escalation of the situation, and attempted shaming and intimidation. By the way, I'm not looking for, neither will I accept any offer of free flights or anything else. Not that you're offering, because your customer service is based on covering your liabilities than on the actual customers. You might also want to inform your pilots for future reference that getting so close to someone's face is considered a threat in Arizona. If you're trying to figure my angle, it's this. No one should be treated with this type of disrespect while they're doing what is asked. I'll send you the link to the show. And I said, oh, and our flight was delayed 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's almost comical. So they forgot to respond. So Alaska Airlines, this one's for you. You suck. I'll never fly on your airlines again. I'm going to tell all my friends never to fly on your stupid airline. Your pilot's a butthole. Your gate agent, your little effeminate wannabe girl, two little skinny turds, liberals acting like they're not even Americans, being so disrespectful. We're the freaking customers, Jack. We are the customers. We pay you.
Yeah.
You don't own me, and you don't treat me like that. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm not going to tell you what.
Yeah,
But I promise you we're not doing that again.
Last time I checked, we're profit and they're overhead, right?
100%. Well, maybe not the pilot, but definitely the pilot would definitely be generating income, but not the gate agent. She's a turd. She's a dime a dozen. She's, like I said, she's a McDonald's worker with a badge. And I think she's just a skinny little turd who thought, man, I have power. Doug, she wanted to kick us off the plane. She wanted to tell people she did it. And I think she's a little crusader for the mask thing.
So in light of all that, I'm going to read this, Rich. You ready?
Do it. Ready.
It's just a mask. It's just 6 feet. It's just 2 weeks. It's just non-essential businesses. It's just non-essential workers. Rich, it's just a bar. It's just a restaurant. It's just to keep from overwhelming the hospitals. It's just until the cases go down. Rich, it's just to flatten the curve. It's just a few inmates. It's just to keep others from being scared. It's just a few more weeks. It's just church. It's just prayer. It's just worship. It's just until we get a vaccine. It's just a bracelet. It's just an app. It's just for tracing. It's just to let people know you're safe to be around. It's just to let others know who you've been in contact with. It's just a few more months. It's just some more inmates. It's just a video. It's just a post. It's just an email account. It's just for protecting others from hate speech. It's just a few violent protests. Just a little microchip. It's just a blood test. It's just a vaccine. It's just a scan. It's just for medical information. It's just like a credit card. It's just so you can travel. It's just so you can get your driver's license. It's just so you can vote. It's just mail-in voting. It's just a few more years. It's just a statue. It's just a monument. It's just a building. It's just a song. It's just a lyric. It's just an anthem. It's just a few words you can't say. Just a piece of paper. It's just a book. It's just a movie. It's just a TV show. It's just a cartoon character. It's just a piece of cloth. It's just a flag. It's just a clump of cells. It's just a fetus. It's just Christianity. It's just a holiday. It's just the people who don't think like we do. Oh, wait, warriors and wildmen, it's not just a mask.
That's 100%. That's where we're going. And that's why my stand won't be in the airport on a flight. I take my stand every day, everywhere I go without my mask. And my stand will be much more significant when my rights are infringed upon.
So we've got a fishing trip coming up. Me and some local buddies are going to go down to South Florida and try to intercept the glorious Silver King, fish for tarpon, whatever else is chewing, Rich. And so we were talking about it on my glorious veranda the other day, and my buddy said, I'm in, man, but I'm not flying commercial airlines. He said, I'll drive, or we can rent a plane. I've been a pilot for 40 years. And we'll do a private plane there. And it's like, dude, I'm in. You know, what are the costs? And just a little bit more, you know, with 4 dudes splitting the cost.
Yeah.
On a little Cessna. And we just buzz over there. And guess what? We're smoking cigars in the plane. We're drinking vodka, doing whatever. Hopefully not the pilot.
Yeah, that would be bad. This isn't a Russian airline.
Yeah, so to me, man, until some of this stuff, you know, relaxes, I'm going to drive, or I'm going to do private, you know.
That's why last time we came to Texas, we drove.
Yeah.
It was almost 14 hours, but it was like, I don't mind 14 hours. Yeah, because this is the drama. The thing is, Doug, I really believe that the thing with the mask is they're trying to dehumanize us. The anonymity of social media combined with the covering of faces and the dehumanization of your fellow man is causing a rise in disrespect, a rise in violence, a rise in depression, you know, and they're separating us from each other. I think they're going to look back on this years from now and see what a terrible experiment it was in a psychological and a sociological perspective of what it's doing to our country, what it's doing to people, what it's doing to children. And it's not right, bro. It's not right. This stuff is, like you said, it's not just a mask. It's way more than that. I could never imagine a gate agent treating me disrespectfully like that ever before. I've never seen it. No one's ever done it. I cannot imagine being treated like that. I've had people having a rough day. I've never had anything like that. No way.
Yeah.
They're being emboldened. They're being emboldened, I believe, by the mask. And so that's why we're seeing a rise in crime, a rise in domestic violence, a rise in assault, a rise in robberies. And we're living in crazy times, and it's more like you said, it's not just a mask. It's a big deal.
All right, brother. Hard lesson, good lesson, and I hope we, the people, again, not with violence, but man, we rock up in 2022, and we fight against this stuff, tooth, fang, and claw. Call your reps if they do indeed rep, we the people, and tell them that you're sick of the bullshit. I mean, it worked in Texas, it worked in Florida. Folks, wherever you live, whatever state you hail from, let them know your thoughts, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what else they need to do, brother?
Boycott Alaskan Airlines. Tell them they suck.
Yes.
And then go to warriorsandwildmen.com. Subscribe, like us, love us, find us on social media while you still can. But even if you watch us on social media, be sure to go to warriorsandwildmen.com. Put your email in and subscribe. That way you can stay up to date, because social media is restricting our accounts, and they might kick us off any day. Who knows? And so that way you'll still be able to be in contact and get the podcast. If you want to subscribe, subscription is free, but if you want to help support us, hit the war chest, and it's tax deductible. And we appreciate all you guys that are doing that, man. Thanks for helping us out. Send this message out. Warriors and Wild.